YouTube, what's happening? Welcome back to my channel. Orlando Usher here. I gotta go get some more parts, man. The restoration it's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but this is a part of the process. The good, the bad, the ugly, the tiredness, the sleepiness. We hope this time we'll get all of the components back together with the car, with the donk. That it'll be running right. Discovered that we had 5 bad valves. Thermostat was sticking. That's why I ran so hot in the very first video. Second video, something like that. I got in there and the breakdown. It was smoking real bad and it broke down on me on the highway. But that was one of the reasons why. Because thermostat was sticking real bad, causing it to run hot. I'm headed over to Barnett's now to buy some more parts. It's Barnett's, I guess, Automotives. I've never been here before, so I'm taking y'all along with me inside and outside, I guess, to show y'all what parts I'm going to get. I'm going to also take my mechanic with me, because a lot of times going to parts stores and somebody that's new behind the counter that doesn't have enough experience with cars, they don't know what the heck is going on. So it's best to go to a knowledgeable place. Napa, Barnett, Summit. Even I went to Summit. No disrespect to Summit. I mean, they've been good with parts for me, but it's just people that work there. They don't necessarily know some of the parts names. They don't even know where to look. So you got to do your part, do your due diligence to make sure that you get the right parts. Make sure that you go to the right places to get the right parts. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and get him so we can head on over to I agree with that. Man, you don't know that you guys are here, man. Ain't nobody hardly out there in the parking lot. Yeah, they move. Okay.
See, a lot of it changed because so much of our business now is done on the web.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be walk-in stuff. I've been here, like I said, I've worked here for 20 years.
Wow.
And I've been a customer since '84, so I have watched this whole industry change from where it was.
Blew your mind, didn't it?
See, I still know how to set points, and I still sell points.
Yeah. What?
Just to give you an idea.
You're a rare guy then. You're a very rare guy.
A lot of folks, yeah, you know, a lot of folks like, what?
Yeah. That's very rare right there, what you just said. I ain't heard points. I haven't heard points since I was a little boy, and I'm 30, I'll be 34 this year. I haven't heard points in over 20-something years, dude.
74 when they came out with the ATI distributor, and that was the last. Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, but that's just, you know, I'm just giving you a heads up on that.
What about that PVC valve? Do we need that?
That's what we bring the part for.
Right, okay.
So.
Yeah, exactly. I know what it comes to now. Okay. You gonna get that later or you wanna stop and get it now? Need them hoses, don't you?
Yeah, I need about.
Okay. Yeah, man, you'll be able. Come out the candy store, baby. Feel like we just come out the candy store.
Welcome back. Just left Barnett Performance. Headed over to a friend of mine's house. Check out the MC. Just trying to show you guys the process of these old school restorations. And it's not a walk in the park, and it's not an overnight thing because I mean, you know, it's a process. You gotta laugh to keep from crying a lot of times. So yeah, just left Barnett Performance. Got a couple parts from there that stopped over at Advance, and got some stuff from over there as well. Trust your process, stay in your lane. Don't stop what you're doing. Just make sure you just continue to keep it going with your process. Yeah.
Basically, man, what I need to do is I need to change out the stud. I'm gonna show you why. So, like when I first started building this thing, at the tail end, you know how you get excited, you get anxious.
Yeah.
So got anxious, and I added this bracket, right?
Right.
But when I added the bracket, I didn't like account for the height difference of the cone and the original stud.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here.
Is it coming loose?
Yeah, it's not even holding. Like
Got you. Yeah, that's not the right screw. I don't know, like
spinning. So I need to get. At first, I thought it was a strip.
Right.
I was like, damn, but it's not. So I looked up on that. So that's why I went and got like
And that's what that. Yeah, right.
So take the carburetor off and add them on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I started this too. I did the power. I added the power steering.
Right.
Cause I didn't have power steering when I went to J Mountain ordeal.
You didn't? You just added this?
Yeah, I just added it.
What?
Added it on.
Hella difference.
Yeah, I just added it on here. Maybe like day before yesterday. So once I added it, I had filled it up. Then now it's tricky because you got fluid in there. When I added it,
Cold start. I thought you took it and got it tuned.
I ain't got it tuned yet. And the reason why I ain't got it tuned, because I was gonna do it myself. Remember, I told you I was gonna go ahead and knock it out myself.
Right. You did say that.
But the reason why I stopped is because it was jumping and reading all over the place. The vacuum line was.
So you didn't kind of like get what it was doing?
Right, and I mean, I understood, but then I had to like take it back. I was like, you know, you shouldn't be jumping around like that, right? So basically, you hook this up to your vacuum manifold port.
Right.
And then when you hook it up there, it'll give you a reading off of there.
Right.
And then like you tune this one, and then this one over here. So it's all items. Tune it to try to get like the maximum.
All the way. Yeah, gotcha.
Right. But it was like jumping. And then when it's jumping, typically when it's jumping like that, it means like you got some type of vacuum leak.
I was about to say something leaking. Yeah.
So I thought about this side not being tied down. I mean, this air probably coming.
Yeah. That's where it gotta be.
So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and hold on that.
Man, you knocking out everything that is like causing like man hours. Like you take this thing to the shop. I mean, of course they know what to do, but a lot of people at shops, they gonna take their time just to run that man hour hourly up. Because I took my motorcycle just to get an estimate on a part, see how much it'll be. He was like, well, we charge $120 an hour. I said, God!
Just to do it.
God!
I believe it.
I said, so you can only imagine when you go to a dang on mechanic for your car, they doing the same thing, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So,
Anytime someone says an hour, you already know.
yes.
And we're gonna be here for a minute, sir.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, man.
But yeah, man. Trying to knock these things out real quick.
Man, this thing is, I ain't never really been around nobody that has had like, besides Anthony, that like everything when you open your, like up under your hood, like everything is like pretty. I'm so used to seeing like.
And that's crazy, bro, because to me, I'm like real anal about stuff.
Right, okay. But that explains it then.
Bro, I think this is horrible. I think it's horrible looking.
What?
Like, for real. So like at one point in time I had, because I didn't want all these like wires and stuff running everywhere.
Right.
So like one time I had this ran here to this port.
What?
But it was too small. I think I actually still got that valve in there. And I got to get a bigger one for that. So eventually I'm going to take this and move it here.
So that get on your nerves just you watching it.
Just seeing that because like you go spend money on dumb crap like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this crap ain't cheap.
Right.
And then you're going to do that just to
cover it up. Yeah. Now it's making sense what you. Okay.
Right. So I'm like, man, bro, I got to do something about that. You know what I mean? Because that means it's a whole waste of money.
So okay, you say you're gonna run this there, right?
Right.
So
run it here. So
it's not gonna be going to
coolant to still go here, but what's going to happen is it's gonna go through
there.
Here.
Okay.
You see
I see it now. Yeah. Okay.
And then keep in mind, like you got your bottom radiator hose too.
Right.
So typically, all this stuff is return stuff. This is the heater core.
Right.
Right. So your heater core is just returning fluid back into the radiator.
And that's why I say I got to get the knowledge of the whole engine period and what this does that complements that and the reason, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many different ways. Just seeing how he was talking to me, my mechanic a while ago, who's put my car back together. He's just saying like, okay, well, on that car I'll just use this hose to cut that hose, and I'm like, what the heck? Like I'm lost. Like, but it's now I'm seeing like with you too, it's like just everything is a big puzzle, and it's not hard as it looks.
It's not, man. Like real talk. If you kill, if you just separate it all, right?
Right.
By fluid. You can
And that's what you did.
Let's not say like by fluid. Say like by systems, right?
Right. Okay.
And like we're talking like starter system. You know, your starting system. What all is like a part of that system?
Right.
Your coolant system. What all is a part of that system?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
like, if you start busting it down like that, it's easy to like troubleshoot this, that, and the third.
Gotcha.
You know, like you ain't getting no. If you're starting and and it's not actually starting. What's in that system? How can I do like troubleshoot that?
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Gotcha.
So when you start learning like all of those systems, man,
See, everything coming to you then. And so you never took any like auto mechanics or anything like that? What? So you just said one day you just said I'm just gonna build this thing myself.
Most of the time when I start getting involved in stuff, it's because I done got crapped on by somebody.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And then it's like, alright man, well I'm gonna just do it on my own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Man, I had to go back and take those heads back to the shop. I had already got them work. 225 bucks.
Oh yeah, the ones that you told me
Yeah.
about.
So
You had them worked on?
well, I had them worked on previously when I had the engine. So this is like my second time tearing this engine down.
Gotcha.
Because come to find out, there was 5 burnt valves. Of course, I think I told you. So with those valves being burnt down like that, take it back to the machine shop. The first machine shop, I thought he did the job that he's supposed to do, but evidently he didn't.
Right.
So, like you said, the biggest thing is, okay, how can I learn how to do this without keep on getting crap done?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, so my biggest thing next is I keep seeing like a lot of bear blocks, and I'm just gonna get a bear block and just build up, just find an old like little car, some little project car, and just mess with it, dude. So, it just boarded over 40 or 30?
So this one is bored over 30.
Gotcha.
So it's with 383s, it's a boring stroke. So pretty much.
So you stroke,
what
okay.
it is, you take out, you stroke it, but you take out the what do you call it, the crankshaft
Right.
out of a 400 block. Right?
Gotcha.
So you can practically go out there and just go buy a crank of a 400, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's sticking on the bottom. And then the stroke is gonna be like your you know, your pistons, the bores,
Right.
the bore holes for your pistons.
Right.
So, bored over 30, stroke using the 400 crank. I use the entire Eagle rotating assembly.
Gotcha.
on it.
Gotcha.
And so you can just, you can buy that offline or whatnot, and then just kind of go from there.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And you said you gonna do a 355?
Yeah, that's what it is right now. Because I got so frustrated after this last time. Before I found this guy, I just said, man, I had started looking at the LS, but I was gonna be out of $6,000. The LS I had found was the S&W. That was everything, you know what I'm saying. And then just to get it connected, the guy was gonna charge $3,300 to $3,500. So I was gonna be out about $225 for the engine and all that stuff, computer, all that stuff. Then the labor, $60,000. So my partner was like, hey man, why don't you just break it back down? You already got about that much tied up in it, a couple grand tied up in it.
Right.
Break it back down and go back in it one more time. So I was about to say, get it all, dude. I was about to sell the car and everything. Then looking at Chevy Boy page and all them guys on YouTube, it kind of like fueled the flame back up in a sense. So, bro, boy. So I was like, you know what? Let me just be a little patient with it and just trust the process. So that's all I've been trying to do, man. Just trust the process. And then came to the meet, Passport came to the meet, met you, and that even added more flame to the fire. Like, man, this man said he did his whole engine, so kind of was like up at night, like, man, I know I can do this shit too. It's like being in technology class or something. You see it like trying to put something together. It's like, okay, yeah, you can't do that,
real
man.
talk, man. You can do it, man. It's real simple. You just gotta not have a fear of doing it on your own. You feel me?
Right, and you're not the first. Like Anthony told me, because Anthony, I gotta introduce you. He got that '66 GOAT. He over there got his whole front end tore down, engine out, coming back up from the ground up with that car, and he doing the same exact thing you doing. So I'm like, bro, ain't no way. And I got a son too, and I'm like, bro, I have to figure out how to teach this man how to do something.
Like your son?
Yeah, he only 4, so.
You want something to drink or something?
Whatever you got, man. Whatever you got, bro. Water. Ain't coming in that beast in there, man. Happy. Like, probably not with pricing, but probably like the selection.
Right.
You know, but that's what he just told me. I just left out because I bought that Holly, and he was like, we're in the business of going fast here. All the smaller parts, nah. This thing is sweet, boy. I was like, well, I heard you talking about LS. I was like, you ain't about to swap it, is you? He was like,
nah, I can't even do that.
Where did you get this sign from? Look but don't touch. I saw another guy with that.
So that was up at one of the spots. That was at the
Octane?
at Octane.
They were giving them out?
Yeah, and Sage just picked it up.
Man, see, women got a stuff. They got an eye for a lot of stuff, man. I be missing a
I
lot.
roll clean by.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
He's like, what's that?
Like, golly. Man, somebody just posted a MC on I think Cut the Check Racing face group on Facebook. The whole look just like this, $2,000. It's the body though, $2,000. Look just like this. This joint bad though. My
I'll probably end up just to cover that hole. Start it back up again.
So you took this bracket off.
Yeah, that's why I got to put back on.
You got to put it back on.
Yeah, that's why I sound rushed. Tripping.
Okay. So the screws, you just changed all the screws because they weren't fitting in there tightly,
So
right?
I changed all the screws because this back one wasn't on there at all.
Okay.
So it creates like a little leak. A
Vacuum leak? Yep.
Right? So I just went ahead and changed them all. Like I literally could have cut Kona and just said, I'm gonna change the back one.
You wouldn't have did the whole thing.
And then I was like, nah, might as well go ahead and knock it all out and be good. So literally the carb is back on. I don't have to really adjust this too much because it's already adjusted.
Alright.
All I gotta do is just stick this sucker back on here. Which is hard as hell to do.
Should start coming back to you too. Big man in there, is he spayed and neutered? I mean, not spayed and neutered, housebroken, that's what I meant.
Yeah, most yeah, cause I can't do it, bro. I had so many dogs.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, housebroken, like literally.
I gotta go take my puppy out in a minute. Yeah, the baby puppy, cause she stay in the house.
How often you take out?
Probably 3 times a day. She going, I keep my girl in the back. Cause she was probably
that right there, right? MSD,
Yeah,
go to the MSD.
This is what you call it? Electric choke. So you just plug this up and it turns this and cut it on and off with this.
Okay.
So like old school carburetor, it's gonna be manual choke.
Right.
And then basically you gotta keep pedaling it.
But you ain't gotta do all that with that.
You ain't gotta do all that.
So if you added an automatic start to it, would it work?
I can do it.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I mean, I just said certain stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, I think it'll come along once I start like really digging in it, there. So I've been around it. I just ain't never really like got my hands super dirty because it's just I never done it. I can't say it's hard because I mean it's not. I don't think it's hard.
It's not, man. It's like real stuff. Like, let me tell you, I got pushed into doing it after I had the 305 in here. And I had literally like just got it situated in the way. And sure enough, that sucker kept like breaking down on me.
Why is that?
Because it was like the original 305, and when I caught this car, it was all in the woods.
So you was trying to drive, you was just trying to tune it up and drive it. But you wasn't thinking like, okay, that thing need to be rebuilt. Same thing here.
Say that sucker was not working.
Same thing here, bro.
It was not working. So I was like, alright, well, bet. Let me just go ahead and take it out. And like literally still got 305. The 305 was the original that came in
Right.
this car.
Where you find this engine here?
Which one? Oh, the block?
Yeah.
I caught the block from a dude maybe about 7 years ago. He was out there in Athens.
So you just been stocking up on parts. Like you say, you just had parts in,
Bro, like
in a
literally,
room.
when I bought the block and the car sat.
Dang. Another what, couple months, years?
Yeah, like that block. I took that block down to Augusta, and it just kind of like sat in my father-in-law's shed. So what I'm doing right now, bro, is just kind of like looking inside, just to make sure
Nothing fell, no dirt, debris.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see you got like a little washer. I'm like, how the hell did you see that washer?
Yeah, so I always like to make sure before you start covering something up, That rubber grommet being gone, that's kind of like puzzling to me.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it's not in here. I'm pretty sure it's not. But yeah. But yeah. So it sat for a minute, and then after I started running, matter of fact, I had the work done to it. I had it already bored out and stroked, and then took it to Augusta, sat it there.
Wow.
And it sat there for about 3 years.
What?
Like literally, I had to go back. Once I pulled the 305, I was like, you know, I was over it. I pulled the 305. I had to take that block because it's already rusted again.
Dang! Just sitting up. You had to redo it again, bake it.
Take it.
Wow!
Again.
Yeah, sit in the weather, man. A car sitting up or engine sitting up does more harm than anything. So,
Yeah.
hear that, guys? More harm being done when it's not driven than it is. Yeah, man. But it's always something good to do.
There you go. Woo!
Found it?
Yeah.
Where the hell was it at?
Sitting right there.
Wow.
A minute ago, I'm like, I got
Wow.
a minute ago.
That is crazy.
And that's the reason why I was out like that, boy.
So you sit up here going crazy. You sit up here going crazy. You found it?
I'm telling you, I'll start cleaning up this whole place just to look for that one thing, bro. Especially when it comes to these things, man, like, you start spending money in this shit, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing bad to say to you.
I'm gonna start this car, I wouldn't start this car for a whole year looking for that little thing.
Bro, you couldn't go to the store and get one.
No, but man, bro, you know what?
Might not be the same,
This
though.
one went down in there.
Yeah.
See, I just dropped it, didn't
Are
I?
you kidding me? Come on now.
I'd rather it fall down there than anything. But yeah, probably why I can't keep that joint running, but that's a whole vacuum line.
Yeah, it is. You don't think you put it right there?
No.
You gonna have to go get.
So let me tell you, let me see about that. Nine times out of 10, I usually keep bolts and stuff up here. It's my full stuff, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I was messing with that vacuum gauge that day. So it could be in that box. Very important. See,
Hey. You got all the boxes, but I don't know if your guns in there or what.
Nah, man. You got some guns?
Nah, I got. Only thing I got is 9, man. I had some over the years. I had a shotgun. I had 2 shotguns. He send it to me?
Yeah. He said he added you on the channel and sent you a message, you know, saying.
What's his name on the channel? Because the guy just.
It might just be Keon.
I think I saw it. I think I saw it. Yeah. I think I saw it.
Same year. All black money. He did 355.
Okay.
He liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had some issues, some up and down with it as well. You know what I mean? But as expected with these cars, bro.
Right.
You know, so he said he was gonna try to swing by. But he ran into a little issue. About
Put it all back together.
set.
That's it. It didn't go in the motor, so
I bet you that's something.
satisfied.
I bet you it's like sitting down there.
Made it look
Real
easy.
real.